Alright guys, this is how recirculation helps. What we got here is we have a HERMs, and as you can see it's recirculating through the mash right now. So it comes out of the mash, goes into the mash pump, back into here, which is where the HERMs coil is. As you can see, we're also spinning the hot liquor tank to keep the liquid around the coil consistent. And then it goes through the ultimate sparge arm, through the grain again. So what that does is that keeps our mash temperature right here about 151 for this IPA, which is kind of what I want. And all I have it done is I set the hot liquor electric probe at a couple degrees higher, and it just stays there. So this one actually isn't doing anything but telling me the temperature. And then I'll switch my hose to sparge, and all the sugar's unlocked out of the grain, all the starch that converted, so it's in solution with the water. So basically we can sparge as fast as we can. This grain bill is actually ground, the grist is quite fine, so it might become a little sticky. We'll have to see how it goes. But the benefit is you can sparge as fast as you want, or as fast as you can, and you keep your temperature consistent. So what we're gonna find here is it could take about an hour off our brew day. What we're gonna do now is do a mash out. So 151 is our target mash temperature. We're gonna raise it up to 168, and what that'll do is that'll help release all of the sugar out of the grain, so we can sparge easier. It'll stop the enzymes from converting and make a cleaner wort. We're gonna use the HERM system to do that, which is another benefit of mash recirculation. So we're just gonna put heat into the hot liquor tank and then let that raise the mash temperature. And we'll time it too and see how long it takes to raise. Looks like we just hit our mash out. It took about exactly 15 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll probably turn the burner off to the hot liquor tank so that doesn't get any hotter, and we'll let it sit there for 10 minutes before we start the sparge. All right, 10 minutes went by. We're gonna start the sparge now. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. So we shut off the water, go into the recirc, and bring that over to the boil kettle. Shut off the recirc water so we can run it to the sparge. There. I think that worked. So now we have clean water going into the mash and fresh wort going into the boil kettle. So what we do is I usually start wide open and then see, usually I gotta cut down the flow into the boil kettle so that the sparge stays with clean water on top. So basically, bugging up. Basically all we have to do is set the flow going into the boil kettle to match the flow going through the heat exchanger in the hot liquor tank. So what I do is I run it through the coil so that it cleans all the sugary water out of the coil before it goes into the mash tun. See, now we got clear water going on top, and then we'll get a nice little batch of clear water over the grain. Now this is where we can go as fast as we can, basically, because all the sugar's been leached out of the grain already. So this is another benefit of the recirc, and obviously wouldn't be able to do the mash out near as well without the recirculation. So it's a little tough to see, but it's pretty clear wort. Actually, I got some right here. A few little bits in there, but that's pretty clear. I took that right off the top of the mash tun. Now basically what I do is I get just to where I can get liquid over top of the heat element, and then I can turn the boil on. And then usually it's about 188 to 190 by the time we reach our boil volume, and then we'll check our gravities and see where we're at. All right, sparge is done. It took about 15 minutes, which is a little bit longer than normal. Like I said, this is a little stickier mash. We got 17 gallons of pre-boil all cleaned up, and we'll let you know how it tastes. Thanks for watching.